This was a requested video. We don't talk about sludge metal nearly enough.
We like to get low, slow, and grimy around here. Here are some essential sludge metal albums.
Now, it's pretty hard to narrow this down to a top 10. We will probably expand on this and do different types of sludge metal. What better to start with than Neurosis through Silver and Blood? Released in 1996, a time when metal's mainstream appeal was kind of fading, Neurosis's Through Silver and Blood really stood apart from the pack. Unlike the lighter sounds dominating the metal charts, this album offered a harrowing journey into a desolate as hell wasteland. From the opening tracks clanking and squeals, listeners are thrust into a suffocating atmosphere. Gone are the familiar tropes here, replaced by slow burning dread and huge ominous riffs. Scott Kelly and Steve Von Till's vocals aren't theatrical growls, but menacing barks that just convey a highly deep threat. The band's influences clearly lie outside the mainstream. While sometimes called spiritual successors to Black Sabbath, their sound is closer to the bone-crushing bleakness of Swans or the industrial nightmares of Godflesh. Through Silver and Blood builds on their previous explorations, crafting an experience as challenging as it is rewarding. Clocking in at 71 minutes, the album demands commitment. This record might be their heaviest album. Its sheer immensity transcends limitations of speed, volume, and effects. More than a genre-defining work, it offered a vision of metal that transcended and forged a new form in the fires of sonic exploration.
Acid bath when the kite string pops. This record dropped in 1994, a time when flannel and power ballads were king. But acid bath? They were brewing something far more sinister. Putting New Orleans on the sludge map right alongside some of the bands that we've talked about here today, this album was a middle finger to the mainstream. And let's be honest, the John Wayne Gacy album cover was a pretty bold statement in itself. Their lyrics weren't sunshine and rainbows either. A deep cynicism about America runs through these tracks, but it's delivered with a strangely poetic touch. Think of it as taking everything beautiful about the South and deep frying it in a vat of despair. Let's be real here, the length is a little daunting. Talking a hefty 70-minute debut, but for those willing to take the plunge, When the Kite String Pops is a rewarding journey. Fans of sludge or anyone seeking something truly unique and disturbing, Acid Bath's debut is a must listen.
One of the best, one of the GOATs, Crowbar, Sonic Excess in its purest form. This is a masterclass in sludge metal. Bone-crushingly slow and punishing rhythm section lay the foundation for this sonic descent into darkness. Kurt Weinstein's vocals are a perfect embodiment of the album's themes: despair, and raw as fuck aggression. He growls about self-doubt, suffering, and mental anguish, and creates a suffocatingly melancholic atmosphere. Unlike some of his metal brethren, Weinstein shuns the spotlight, which I kind of appreciate. His guitar work is dark and brooding, and his vocals are powerful yet very unpretentious. Everything on this album just feels overly authentic, pure, crushing sludge delivered with blue-collar honesty. I know the way you feel. Sonic Excess is a journey into Crowbar's world, a world addictive as it is bleak. Each of the 11 tracks offers a new layer of despair and beauty, begging to be revisited and explored. This is not for the faint of heart, but for those seeking a truly immersive sludge experience, this album pummels you into pure darkness.
Mastodon, Leviathan. Now we know what you're thinking. Mastodon, the commercially successful metal juggernaut? You bet. Brandon already unpacked that here in this video. But here, look, I got you. Mastodon undeniably crafted even more epic works later than Leviathan. Crack the Sky, masterpiece. To some, this album might be a stepping stone into their grand discography, but here's the thing, Forge Mates. For pure, unadulterated sludge, Leviathan reigns supreme in their discography. This album is a lean, mean, riff-shredding sea monster that will always stay just out of reach. There's zero fat on it. It's the kind of record that demands repeat listens each time, revealing another layer of crushing riffs and swirling melodies. Maybe it's not their most commercially polished work, but for pure sludge worship, dude, Leviathan remains untouchable. Let the sonic waves pummel you and prepare to be assimilated into the glorious depths of Mastodon's early ocean of sound.
It was tough to pick a Toadliquor album, but Feel My Hate, The Power Is the Way is one of the best ones. California's Toadliquor carved their own path in the metal scene in 1989 through 1999. Ignoring trends, they built a cult following. Shunning melody for pure dread, Toadliquor delivers crushing doom and sludge. Imagine Black Sabbath riffs, big surprise, slowed down, pummeled with sludge guitar attacks, and laced with chaotic feedback. Rex's vocals, think Asylum Escapee, screaming over a slow, drowning soundscape. Feel My Hate is pure sonic assault. Repetitive grooves and atonal noise swirl around the listener like a relentless storm. This album's darkness is palpable, matching the stark black and white cover art. The music oozes anger and despair. It's a middle finger to commercialism, rejecting the norms of punk, doom, and even the faster extreme metal of the 90s. Feel My Hate continues to be discovered by new fans, and it's a testament to the power of the underground sludge scene.
Isis, the Red Sea EP. Time to ascend the sludge mountain and pay homage to the true godfathers, the OGs of the genre, Isis and their Red Sea EP. These guys weren't just playing sludge, they were pioneering it. They took the crushing weight of doom and the raw aggression of hardcore and then threw a healthy dose in of post-rock's beauty and majesty. The result? A sound unlike anything else. ISIS had no real equals on this side of the Atlantic, and they quickly took the scene by storm, touring with some of the biggest names in metal. Now, when it comes to ISIS, there are plenty of classic studio albums, but for me, the Red Sea EP holds a special place. It's raw, it's unfiltered, it is just ISIS at its most pure. It might also be ISIS at their most obscure, but trust me, Forge mates, if you dig ISIS and you dig sludge, their early explorations on mosquito control, the Red Sea, and Sawblade are a treasure trove just waiting to be unearthed. Crank it up and prepare to be pummeled and captivated in equal measure as you delve into the sonic majesty of ISIS's early years.
This is an essential list, so these are essential albums. I Hate God, dope sick. New Orleans sludge outfit, I Hate God, emerged from the city's underbelly, channeling its grimy essence into their music. Their 1996 album Dope Sick is a harrowing testament to this fact. Musically, the band is tight as hell on this record. Drummer Lacaze lays a solid foundation for guitarist Bauer and Patton to weave a tapestry of just crushing, depressing riffs. Vocalist Mike Williams delivers self-destructive lyrics with raw emotion, even if unintelligible due to his screams. Dope Sick offers low, slow, epic doom sludge tracks and shorter punk-influenced bursts, and that's what makes this album very special. Songs like My Name is God, I Hate You pummels the listener with opening screams and relentless riffs, while Ruptured Heart Theory showcases the band's ability to build atmosphere with droning guitars and patient tempos. Despite the band's clear struggles, Dope Sick stands as a landmark achievement in the sludge metal genre. It's raw, it's emotional, and it takes you through the underbelly of New Orleans, a place where beauty and decay exist side by side. Grief, come to grief, brace yourselves for punishment. This record throws you into a pit of sludge metal hopelessness. This Boston band doesn't mess around, man, and proud to say that they're from our area. Their heaviness is a controlled aggression, each riff a hammer blow with the weight of a fucking dump truck. The sound is dirty and delightful. Imagine a fuzz pedal turned to 40,000, adding grit without drowning everything out. Grief avoids the monotony with occasional, dare we say, playful guitar flourishes. The album peaks with moments like the ending of World of Hurt, where surging tempos and sneering riffs leave you just wanting more. The vocals are equally brutal and kind of a highlight for the sound. Think sandpaper that gargles gravel. They deliver lyrics overflowing with hate and disgust. Song titles like World of Hurt and I Hate You are refreshingly blunt. This isn't an album that's really for the faint of heart, but for sludge fans, it is essential. Thou, Umbilical. All right, hear me out. I know this just came out, but kind of consider this an essential for the genre now. Thou's new album, Umbilical, doubles down on their signature sludge sound while offering a surprising twist. The songs are honed in and shorter, but more brutal than ever. This introspection translates to a more focused version of Thou. Gone are the sprawling, super long tracks. Umbilical is a punch to the gut in under 50 minutes. The band even flirts with tradition, incorporating song structures you might recognize, but fans of crushing riffs, Umbilical might be their heaviest yet, in my opinion. Tracks like I Feel Nothing When You Cry showcase the faster, hookier side of the band without sacrificing that slow, bone-crunching heaviness that we love in sludge. Umbilical is a compelling evolution for Thou. They weave grunge influences into the sludge tapestry while retaining their experimental spirit. This is a refreshingly honest and undeniably heavy sludge album that proves Thou has hammer smashed their place into the sludge metal pantheon.
Cult of Luna's salvation. As their musical career of Aaron Turner in ISIS took a change, they eventually went defunct. Many of us kind of wondered what the hell was going to happen to their unique bulldozing sound. Enter Sweden's Cult of Luna. While the two bands definitely started at the same time, this was the early 2000s, and we were still connecting internationally via ICQ or long-distance phone calls. So there wasn't really a ton of physical common ground between where Cult of Luna was treading and where ISIS was treading. They are often seen as the spiritual successor of ISIS, picking up the baton where those legends left off. I would argue that Cult of Luna has surpassed that succession, growing into a mastery of their own sound. You can't go wrong with this album. Its follow-up, Somewhere Along the Highway, or their most recent one, The Long Road North, which was a real hit here at the Forge. Any of those albums, but start with Salvation, because it's awesome! The Ocean Pelagial. Another band that has taken the ISIS banner and carved their own path to some highly acclaimed success outside of their homeland in Germany. The ISIS DNA is all there. It's all over them. It's all over them. All of it. But over the years, these guys have created a unique blend of hypnotic, syncopated post-metal that we all love. Their last album was amazing, and while it caught some flack for being a little bit more on the drone ambient side, I fucking loved it. And they killed it when they came to Boston at the beginning of this year. The stars of the sky fell to If you're looking for devastatingly heavy riffs, syncopation that makes Meshuggah go, huh? Then this album has them in spades.
We definitely missed some essential picks for sludge metal. Leave your favorites in the comments below and thumbs up the video, it helps us out.
Go with the gods, Forge mates. Beware, the silver is in your blood.